Hi there, this is Kristen Cooper, your certified mortgage planning specialist. Wanted to jump on here and go over some information. I get this all the time when I'm talking with clients is, should I buy now or should I wait? And I think that really it comes from a couple different places that you need to consider. One, how important it is for you to purchase a home. Obviously, you may need to find a new place and it's not really an option. Or what your finances look like and what it's going to look like based on the market. So we're going to look at those options today so that you can make an educated decision. But please reach out to me. I'd love to put one of these together specifically for you so you can explore all of your options and we can create a home buying plan for you. And even if you're not in a position to purchase today, we can put you on that plan so that you're in a better position in the future. So should I wait or buy? Let's look at a couple different factors. So first, disclosure is these interest rates are just for an example purposes. Know that rates are up and down all day long. You can give me a call or look on my website and look and see what the rates are effective right now, but you can give me a call and we can look at what your rates are specifically for you. But for example purposes, we're just going to look over some information. So what we're looking at here is if you were to purchase a home, let's say that you purchased it for $550,000. and you got a loan amount of $440,000, and let's assume a 30-year fixed rate is 6.75 to qualify. Your total payment, including the estimated property taxes and insurance, you'd be looking just over $3,500. And then your cash to close is your down payment and closing costs. What we want to review here is going to be what are my options and what are the pros and cons and what should I consider when deciding if I should buy now or not. So that's if you were to purchase right now today. Well, we have a couple different factors that could happen if you don't buy today. First one is you wait and the interest rate goes up. So let's assume that prices stay the same. So the price didn't go up, but now rates went back up and we're looking at, 7.375. Well, now that payment of 3501 is going to go to 38 or 3686. So your payment's going to go up obviously because your interest rate goes up. But let's say, we're going to wait to buy when, wait to buy and kind of just see what happens. And let's just assume interest rates stay the same. So let's say the rates don't get higher, but the prices get higher. So now you're paying $575. Well, even though your interest rate is the same, you're paying more for that same home. So instead of 3501, it's now 3657, and you're going to have to come out of pocket with more funds because now the price is higher, which means your down payment is going to potentially be higher as well. But we say, okay, well, I'm going to wait, and I think that prices are actually going to go down. They're not going to go up. Okay, well, if prices go down, then interest rates go up. So let's assume the price goes down to 5.25 and the rate went up to 7.375. Well, now your payment's 3522. So in all of these scenarios that you're looking at, buying today is actually a better payment than what it would be in the future. The only scenario that would be better than what you're looking at here is if prices drop and interest rates drop, or if interest rates drop a lot, then you could be looking at, better payment terms as well. But the other caveat to that is how long do you have to wait for interest rates to drop and what are you paying currently in mortgage or in rent right now? So let's just assume that you're paying a standard rent, just about $3,000. This is actually the rent survey for a standard 3-bedroom home in Sacramento, Placer County. So let's assume you're paying $3,000 a month for rent. So if you pay $3,000 a month in rent, this is how much you're going to be paying in a 5-year term. So let's assume that you pay the $3,000 and it goes up 5% each year over year, which is actually a pretty low number. In 5 years, you would have paid $113,754. I'm sorry, in 36 months, you would have paid $113,754. That's 3 years that you would have paid in your landlord's mortgage. So you want to take into account what you're paying for rent, and then you can times that by 12, and then you can assume that it's going to go up 5% each year to see how much money you are going to be losing by waiting as well. So when we take that into account, a lot of times we just look at these factors and we say, okay, well, what if the interest rate does go lower and my payment can be lower, which is true, but how much did you lose in rent? So if you wait 2 years, then you would have lost that money, which would have outweighed how much you would have saved. The same is true when a lot of people think, okay, well, I'm going to wait and see if the value goes down in my home or in the home prices for me to purchase. Well, how much did you pay in rent? If you paid, $30,000 in rent, then and the home prices drop $30,000 in a year, you're actually par, you're the same. However, typically when values go down, rates are higher. And when rates go down, prices go higher. So whenever we see interest rates drop, which we anticipate that they will in the next 1 to 3 years, you're going to see the demand increases because more people can buy. And when the demand increases and more people are shopping for homes, it now switches and becomes a seller market, which means that prices rise. So typically it's going to be one or the other. You're going to have lower interest rates and higher prices, or higher prices or higher interest rate, lower prices, typically run in connection with each other. Now, if you were to purchase today and get the prices where they are today, and in the future interest rates drop, well, you get both benefits. Not only do you get the lower price today, but when prices drop, you get to refinance, which means pay off this loan and get a new loan, as long as all conditions are there for you to qualify, and get a lower payment, but still at the same price rate, which is, based on what your property taxes are based off as well. So it's a win-win situation. Of course, you need to make sure that you can afford to purchase whatever you afford, not waiting to assume that interest rates are going to go down and that you're going to have a lower payment. You want to make sure that you can afford whatever it is until that can happen and you're in a position to be able to refinance. So let me know if you have specific questions. I'm happy to run through all of these numbers specific to you, and we can create a home buying plan specific to you. I just think that it's really important that you understand the home buyer advantage. There's a lot of people that understand these numbers that are taking advantage of the market. And that's how a lot of people, get rich and stay rich, as they understand how to use these different strategies in different markets in order to build more wealth that's sustainable long term. And that's what you're doing. Is if you're able to purchase today and refinance in the future, you're being strategic in the way that you build equity in your home and make it more affordable for you over time. So again, Kristen Cooper, your certified mortgage planning specialist, would love to go over some additional information with you. If you have questions, please reach out and give me a call. My number is here, 916-390-4689.